What's up, guys? Back for this Friday slate. Have a nice 10-game slate today. Fresh off an awesome 4-game slate where we absolutely crushed it. Had 5 pieces in that Thunder Spurs game. Had Aldridge, DeRozan, Westbrook, Forbes, and Mills. All of those guys crushed it. Tweeted out my picks on Twitter yesterday, and that game was already super high scoring at the end of regulation, and then overtime was just icing on the cake. We crushed it, well over 340 for us, looking to keep it rolling on this slate today. Before we get started, please be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. We have some games today that could easily turn into blowouts in a bunch of these games. It's kind of hard to predict blowouts in the NBA, but Atlanta, Philly, I think that has a higher chance of blowing out than not. Milwaukee, Washington might be a little closer. That's because that's in Washington, but we have Cleveland in Houston. We have Bulls in Golden State. And we have the Pacers against the Knicks. So a lot of these spots could easily turn to blowouts, but let's get right into the picks. I like Jordan Clarkson at point guard at 5,700. So he's been playing super well for the Cavaliers this year, especially as of late. He's been seeing a lot of minutes, over 30 minutes in each of the last 2 games. He's been super productive, scoring the basketball, shooting over 50% in his last couple games. Has a ton of upside here without Larry Nance, who is a pretty high usage player. The Cavaliers are definitely pretty thin, and looking for offense, Jordan Clarkson is the most consistent source of offense. At 5,700, he has 40-point upside. The Cavaliers played super well against the Rockets in the first meeting. Obviously, the Rockets are a lot different team than they were earlier this year, but still, if the Cavaliers can keep it close, we could see some big games out of some of them. I like Jordan Clarkson at 5,700 to start it off. At shooting guard, I like Andrew Wiggins. He's at 6,800. A few reasons why I like Andrew Wiggins. First of all, coming off a monster game against OKC, Flip Saunders played him a ton of minutes. He also made it an effort to get Wiggins in fast breaks. He said that he wants the team to play faster. Increasing its pace should help Wiggins. He pulled down 10 rebounds, looked pretty motivated on the court, was involved in all aspects. If Derrick Rose misses again, and with Covington out, he has a ton of upside, ton of potential upside. And that's still sub 7,000. We've seen what he can do. So I think it's a spot where Wiggins might finally try to revive his career and become the star that we all thought he was going to be. Not that he's a terrible player, but coming out of college, he was supposed to be the superstar. He has not been that so far. Next up, I like Jae Crowder at 4,400 again. I'm going to attack the Jazz here with value. They're just so banged up. All 3 point guards are out now, with Nato's out, Exum's out, Rubio's out. So we're going to see a lot of Jazz players, and there's still a lot of their players are still underpriced. Like, their prices did not jack up because of all these injuries. I think Jae Crowder is still at a very good spot. His price actually went down by $200, but he played 34 minutes, which was awesome. 34 minutes against the Magic with Rubio out and with Shaflosha and all those guys out. Now with Nato out as well, we could easily see him play this many minutes again. And, he's been averaging 23 DraftKings points on the year in just 27 minutes. If you up that up to like 35 minutes, 34 minutes, looking at close to 30 DraftKings points at this reasonable price. So I'll definitely like Jae Crowder at 4,400. Back to Cleveland we go with Tristan Thompson at 5,800. The price tag on him is great. Coming off a terrible shooting game, just 2 for 9. Would have had a double-double if he just made 2 more shots. But he still just didn't play a ton of minutes with just 29 at the game. Kind of got out of hand late in the contest. But without Larry Nance here, he has so much upside. Against the Rockets, he went off for 53 DraftKings points, but that was in 39 minutes. But I still think that he's been playing super well for a lot of this year. He definitely has a double-double upside and can have monster games. We've seen him flash monster ceilings. Against Clint Capella as a center that just keeps him right under the basket. He's not going to have to be running out to the three-point line or anything like that. Thompson should have a ton of opportunities to pull down lots and lots of rebounds, which we love. I love Tristan Thompson today. Another Utah Jazz player I like is definitely like Joe Ingles here at 5,700. So with the Jazz having no true point guard for this game, we could see Joe Ingles step into that role. Last year, when Rubio missed a lot of time due to hamstring, Joe Ingles was racking up a ton of assists, and he had the ball in his hands a lot. He's a great passer. He had 7 assists against Orlando, which is definitely encouraging. And if he's gonna have more ball handling responsibility in this one, like I expect, in a great matchup, a fast-paced matchup here against the Lakers, I definitely like him at this price tag. He has a lot of upside here. Already a great shooter, and with the rebounds and assists that he's gonna get, should have no problem reaching value at a sub 6,000 price. And finally, let's go with Donovan Mitchell, 7,900. Still under 8,000. He's probably gonna become the point guard now, which is good for him to get more assists. When Rubio's on the court, he has the ball in his hands a lot of the time, and then Donovan Mitchell doesn't. He's only averaging 3.5 assists. He's not, passing the ball a lot. But here against the Lakers, here it's just a great spot. Without all those guys, all the Jazz injured, Donovan Mitchell has a 40% usage rate. He's just going to be chucking. He's going to be taking so many shots. Even if they don't go in, he's still going to be taking like 30 shots a game. So he's a great play today at 7,900. Has a high floor in this one and has a high ceiling. So those are the 6 players I like as of now. Definitely have some injury news on this slate as always with Damian Lillard. That's a big one right now. So keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and good luck today.